Hey, True Believers, Teen here. Haven't done one of these in a long time, but this is top 10 comic books sold to readers. Comic-Con tells you what the comic book shops are ordering. This is what people are leaving those comic shops with, preferably after paying. After that, we're going to go check out what's selling over at Comixology, the world's largest digital comic book shop. So, anyway, these are the comic book shops right here that participated. So if you're in their area, by all means, stop by, say hello, maybe buy something. Don't forget to support your own local comic book shops if you have one. And with all that aside, let's get this party started. Starting off the countdown at number 10 is The Batman's Grave, number 6. Coming in at number 9, we have Star Wars Bounty Hunters, number 1. At number 8 is Star Wars The Rise of Kylo Ren, number 4. In the number 7 spot is Cable, number 1. Coming in at number 6, The Immortal Hulk, number 32. At number 5, we have The Amazing Spider-Man, number 41. In the number 4 slot is Darth Vader, number 2. Coming in at number 3 is The New Mutants. And in the runner-up position at number 2 is Thor, number 4. And taking the number 1 spot, we have the X-Men, number 8. Something I forgot to say in the opening was that I do like to count down. I like to figure out who's going to win. Is it the Marvel or is it the DC? And holy shiitake mushrooms. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, DC? You don't even show up until number 10? That's it? It's only The Batman's Grave? Never, not even when DC was on top, never has there been an ass whooping like this. Come on, guys, seriously. I know that DC's gone downhill. They're not that bad, but damn, only one freaking title in the top 10 this week. As a DC fan, and yes, I am biased. I love the characters, but I do keep an open mind with the books. Only one gosh darn book in the top 10. Holy Toledo, what a smackdown that is. That's embarrassing, gang. That's sad. Anyway, that's what I have to say about the countdown. Let's go on over. We're going to check out to see what the comic book shops are saying about this week's countdown, and I wonder if it's going to be somewhere around the lines of, I can't believe it. That's the way it should be. Where's DC in this freaking countdown? After we talk about what the comic book shops say, we're going to go on over to Comixology, see who wins the digital week. Donnie Cates bookends our top 10 bestseller list at FFF this week with Thor and Venom, number 1 and number 10 spots, taking those spots respectfully. Star Wars also had a strong showing with Bounty Hunters, Kylo Ren, and Vader also selling well. Bounty Hunters hit the gate running, especially thanks to Kar Andrews' Boba Fett cover. X-Men and Cable both repped the mutants with a strong showing. X-Men is the strongest X-book, without a doubt. Young Cable, or Babel, as we've taken to calling him, had a solid debut, but it definitely suffered from being not the recognizable version of the character who had 108 series art, what was in a pretty successful movie sequel. There are some people who picked it up because it's a new X book, but I see the numbers falling pretty quickly, especially when the other wave of Dawn of X books begin to come out. The only 2 DC books in our top 10 were actually reprints. The second printing of Batman number 89 and Hell Arisen number 3 were both big hits on the shelf this week. People want a piece of that new hotness, and they'll take it any way they can get. And speaking of big hits, both Strange Academy and Strange Adventures were also popular books on their second week. We had at least 5 people ask about Strange Academy yesterday alone. I thought I'd miss some big talk, but it turns out when a book is good, that the word gets out. It doesn't take a first appearance to sell a book. Both Strange Adventures and Academy were able to stand on their own merit and have gotten at least a few more people interested in comics. I hope to see more of that happen more often. Good to see Thor's doing well again. I'm kind of happy that it's in this, that it's doing that, you know. It's been quite a while since, in my opinion, we've had a great Thor run. Some people love Jason Aaron's run. God bless you for it. Not my cup of tea. That being said, once again, reprints, and it's the whole thing about Joker's new girlfriend and everything. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing anything that's making me think that she's going to be anything special. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The number of people staying home and foregoing their weekly comic shop trip due to COVID-19 fears seems to vary region by region. Excuse me, I'll learn how to read tomorrow. Our customers seem pretty undeterred. Strangely enough, we had one of the largest sales weeks in months, with almost every heavy-hitting title selling far more than usual. Cable #1 and Decorum #1 both enjoyed a healthy launch, though X-Men ultimately took the top spot, meaning Hickman had 2 comics in the top 10. And it would have been 3 if Bryson hadn't taken over on the New Mutants this week. You know, it's not my cup of tea. I don't like the new run of X-Men. God bless you if you did. It's just not for me, I guess. That being said, I do enjoy the fact that the X-Men are back on top, or at least as enjoyed as they were in the 80s and 90s. Maybe not to that level. But you get what I'm saying, right? They've been treated very shamefully, actually, by Marvel Comics for the last decade or so. And it's good to see that they're at least getting some love from the company and from fans. Marvel is just gobbling up sales thanks to its brand of mutant superheroes. Is this the 90s? Hey, I think I said something just like that a moment ago. X-Men is our top seller by a good margin once again, with New Mutants and the debut issue of Cable helping to solidify that hold by both landing in the top half of our list. They designed to bring Thor and the Immortal Hulk along for the ride, giving Marvel clear dominance over our single-issue sales this week. Smack in the middle of the list, we see X-Franchise savior Jonathan Hickman's premiere issue of a new creator-owned series called Decorum. Meanwhile, DC finally shows up for work, filling out the bottom half of the list with some of its usual strong sellers, Catwoman, Batman's Grave, and Superman. Well, it's just nice that DC gets mentioned at all. It's great to be nominated. Oh my gosh. Jesus Lord in heaven. As a DC fan, this week is beating my ass. And yeah, I kind of treat this whole thing, the top 10, I do treat it like a sports game. Go team go kind of thing. And my team is losing badly. It's like being a Bucks fan, which I am. So, all right, I'm losing everywhere. Comic-wise, there's not a lot of surprises. Decorum had done well, but maybe not as well as I'd expect. Cable didn't make my list, which isn't surprising because it's Cable Kid, the only guy I can imagine being less interesting than old Cable. Still, X-Men stuff is otherwise doing well, so that's a bit disappointing. I never thought I'd see the day where Venom would outsell Amazing Spider-Man, but Amazing Spider-Man is at an all-time low for us. It still makes the list, but it's traditionally been much, much higher. So I do have a full review of Cable coming up, and I could tell you my opinions on it. A sneak preview would be, Cable sucks. It really, really sucks. Woo! Yeah, it's not good, gang. God, it's so freaking horrible. Coming in our #1 spot this week is Decorum. No surprise here, mainly because any Hickman title is almost guaranteed to be a hit. Secondly, it blends a strikingly dynamic art style boasting black and white and mix of both futuristic art design and impressionist colors, switching color palettes depending on what chapter you're on. If I had to give a brief description on the world they're building so far without spoilers, it seems to be Western-inspired space territory war between neighboring factions, and if that doesn't hook you in, I really don't know what will. Now, this is one of those things where I really wish they would give us who they're talking to. This is from Bleeding Cool. Once again, take it with a grain of salt, however you would. But it would really be nice to know who we're talking to so I could personally thank them for talking and telling us about the state of the comic book industry instead of just giving us a review of that one particular issue. Just sitting out there. Just saying that. All right. I'll move on. Okay, so that was the last of the comic shop stuff, so I'll just move on over to Comixology. We'll see who wins the digital countdown. Is it Marvel? Is it DC? Will the independents make it? No, they won't. As a matter of fact, we all know what's going to happen. It's going to be a big old shellacking. Marvel's going to kick all sorts of ass, and I'm going to cry as a DC fan. Not really, because I'm a man. But there you go. I have a prediction of another DC ass whipping. Come on, man. Come on. Let's pick it up. Anyway, let's go on over to Comixology and do the countdown. Starting the countdown off at number 10, we have Young Justice, number 14. At number 9 is The Avengers, number 32. Coming in at number 8 is The Immortal Hulk, number 32. In the number 7 spot, we have Cable, number 1. At number 6 is Superman, number 21. Coming in at number 5 is Thor, number 4. In the number 4 slot, we have Star Wars Darth Vader, number 2. Coming in at number 3 is New Mutants, number 9. In the runner-up position, we have Star Wars The Rise of Kylo Ren, number 4. And just like with the hard copy countdown, X-Men number 8 takes the number 1 slot. All right, DC, that was pretty good of you. You stepped up this time. You got 2 in the top 10. Holy crap. Consider I stretch this out to the top 20. This is going to be bad, isn't it? This is going to be really, really, really bad. So far, it's 8-2. Wow. Marvel owned the top 5. Absolutely 100%. All right, let's continue. Let's go to the back half, which we already know that Marvel owns anyway, so I'm wondering how bad this is going to be. Will DC get to show up one more time? At number 11 is Amazing Spider-Man number 41. The countdown is 9-2, still Marvel's favor. At number 12, DC mounts their comeback. The Flash number 751 makes it 9-3, Marvel's favor. At number 13, decorum sets in order to help thwart Marvel's victory. Coming in at number 14 is the Green Lantern, number 2. It's now 9-4. Keep going, DC. At number 15, the Batman's Grave, number 6 comes in. It's now 9-6. Still Marvel's favor, though. And at number 16, Marvel clinches it with Star Wars Bounty Hunter, number 1, thanks to decorum for thwarting DC's comeback. Coming in at number 17 is Wonder Woman 753. It's now 10-6, still Marvel's favor. At number 18, we have Venom Island. Venom, number 24. It's 11-6, and Marvel is just kicking all sorts of butt. At number 19, really, guys, Hawkeye. You're letting Hawkeye into the top 20 instead of many, many other DC titles. That's where we are right now? Oy vey. It's 12-6, DC's favor. Marvel's favor. Yeah, that's wishful thinking, right? And at number 20, we have Batman and the Outsiders, number 11, making a final tally 12-7, Marvel's favor with one independent comic book. So there you go, gang. That's the countdown. What do you think? You know what I think. I'm a DC fan. I like to see more DC in there, and they're just getting their butts kicked, and I hope they can turn it around. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Maybe even pop on one of these videos here and do the same for that. You might enjoy that one as well. You never know. Don't forget to go on over to Patreon if you like our content and help out the channel. Drop $1 in the till. You know, helps keep the lights on, helps keep making videos. This is the way we're trying to make a living, especially now that Disney's shut down over in our neck of the woods. So, I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.